Okay. Now we got sound, but you're on the down camera.
Okay, so we're not going to go back to the camera facing me. I was just pointing out that I'm wearing red because I'm only working for another hour this morning during the live, and then I'm going to my nephew's graduation, and his school wears red. I'm just here to help April, so she's not all by herself for the live.
I'm scared.
Melanie is home. She and Roger became grandparents again yesterday, and they're very excited because out of all their grandchildren, I think these are the only ones that are going to live within like a 500-mile radius. The rest of them are far off, and so to actually have grandbabies nearby is very exciting for them. Little Joshua and little Roger arrived yesterday morning, and everybody's healthy and happy. And we talked to her a couple times, and you could actually hear the smile in her voice. She is beyond ecstatic. All right, so we're going to show you some things this morning. What we're dealing with this week is tags and envelopes and pockets and little things that you can put in a book. So for starters, I have altered this book. This is one of those little gift books that you find at places like the dollar store and stuff like that. And I've picked up a few, and this one I have altered. So I have added some pockets here. This is for those of you who bought, was it Hello You?
Yes.
The Elizabeth Craft Hello You collection. This is that piece of lace, and I've just put some vellum behind it to make it a pocket. You can use just the piece of lace as a pocket, but when you start trying to put things in there, you're going to catch on all those little edges. So I put the squared off vellum behind it. And then this is just an offcut to decorate the top border. It's an offcut from cutting this. So I thought it was kind of fun looking, and I thought, well, I'll just put it in here. All right, so the first thing I have made is a little tag book to go in there. And I've just made this by hinging together a couple of the tags from this tag book that we've been showing you. And y'all, I don't mean to totally obsess over this tag book, but one, it is really beautiful. And two, when we ordered them, we thought we were ordering in increments of one, but really when you ordered one, you got three. And so we ordered a good many more than we meant to. And they have been selling great, and they are beautiful, but we still do have some left. So, probably be showing you those for the next who knows how long. But they are $7.99, and this week they're on your new product showcase. And our code today is TAG IT. So TAGIT 20, tag it 20. So anyway, for those of you who are into junk journaling and pretty bird journaling and flower journaling and all that kind of stuff, the cool thing about this is that the back side does have writing space, and it's all lined. And since I've got 3 of them taped together, this could be for a longer story or a longer memory if you wanted to do that. Now you could also use it as 3 shorter ones or divide it up however you want, but for those of you who have a lot to say, this would be a great little item for you. So I've got a couple more tags here. This one I've put some, for those of you who still have some of the old Simon Hurley solar paste, that's what's on here, but you could use any kind of texture paste.
It looks kind of like luster wax, the rainbow lilac.
Yeah, it does. It looks like rainbow lilac or that metallic Ranger.
Oh yeah,
the Ranger white. So I've just added that to this tag. I'm going to set that aside for right now. But what I'm going to do, and I know you've seen this before, but I'm just going to show you how I hinged these together with washi tape. And I think what I'll do is maybe put them in this order. And I've picked a cute washi tape that we had. Well, we don't have it for sale, but we have it for use in the classroom. We do have some really pretty washi tapes. So all I really did is line these up corner to corner. You do want to put a wee little bit of space in between them, because if you don't, they'll keep knocking against each other when you're trying to fold them. And I just
trying to zoom in.
Oh.
It's not.
April was clicking at me and I was like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? She's
You're
like,
doing
"No,
nothing
trying to
wrong."
zoom. So I just have this piece of washi tape here. It's a little bit above and a little bit below where it really is going to end up being. And I've got this one that I'm going to do the same way, a little above and a little below. Unstick those. I do them on both sides just because I think it's sturdier. And I will say,
I do too.
This washi tape that I used here is a narrower one. And so I kept having a hard time, like right here on this edge, it kept popping back up. So I did go back in and use my Barely Art and put a little bit of glue under it. This is wider and has a better grip, so I don't think I'll need it. But if I do find that it's coming off, I will just add a little Barely. So I'm just putting this directly on top of the washi tape that's already there. And I hope you heard April say she agrees about that putting it on both sides. I already forgot what you agreed with me about. Putting it on both sides is the way to go there. So just trimming off the excess at the bottom with April's scissors that she brought to the table.
I was going to say, you stole my scissors.
I totally didn't bring any. And then here I find it a little bit easier to just go ahead and fold and then just trim on the angle.
Oh, that's smart.
And then I don't have to, because otherwise you're trying to like get in here with your scissors and you can't, because the washi tape's blocking your view. You can't really see where you're going. So here again, I'm just folding that back and cutting right there along the angle. So let me get my bits out of the way.
It's all the way under there.
Yep. Oh, we used to have a trash can. All right. So again, I have it where I have all this writing space on the back and these beautiful pictures on the front. And I'm just going to try fold it like this. Okay. You can fold it any different way you want it. You know, you can put this one, then this one, and make your writing space on the outside. But I like the little collapse here. So I'm sticking this back in this side of the book and this one back in this side of the book. So I'm starting my little book with lots of writing space. And of course, in doing this, I would want to go ahead and put some string or ribbon on top of each of these, maybe even in different colors. So then when I folded it, I'll have all of it compiled. I just completely forgot to go back and do that. All right, next up, more of the tags. Okay, so there are 10 different designs here and you get 4 of each. So I've used all 10 throughout the book. So we've got 3 here, 3 here. So we're at 6. And then here's 7, 8, 9. This one flips out and you can do your writing here. This one flips up. And again, these are just attached to the pages by the washi tape. And this one flips down. I am noticing here that I only attached on the outside and not the insides. I could go back and add that if I wanted to and make that a little bit more secure. Okay, so here in my altered book, I've actually taken a couple pages of the book itself. And instead of leaving them fully extended, I've folded them down, glued them together, added a little bit of washi tape here. And then these were just some images I had from a little book. And so I've got the images on the front, and on the back, I've just got some tea-dyed paper. So if I were writing with a black pen or a dark blue pen, it would be easy to see whatever I have written there. And so just another idea of things to put in your pockets in addition to tags, or a reminder that your tags don't always have to be long and narrow. They could be squared off, and these could be considered tags as well. And then here I have some tags that are made with the Spellbinders tag punch, which I'm going to show you in just a second. And these are, I don't even remember what stamps we used here. I think they're Tim Holtz ones. This was from 2 or 3 years ago we made these, and definitely, yeah, I don't know. So I think this was Tim Holtz stamp embossed with white powder and then painted with indigo blue luscious powder. And this one I think is a Tim Holtz stamp stamped with black and embossed. It is embossed and also painted with luscious powder and then splattered and stuff. And then the other thing that I've used here, I tried to put a lot of different things together here, are these pockets. All right, so I do have these pockets on sale for you today. They're normally $42.99. And remember, this die set, if you don't already have it, it comes with 4 different styles of pockets. So this one, the top is straight across. This one has that little like thumbprint dip. This is more like a little grin. And then this one is more chevron shaped. Plus, they all come, in addition to the pocket, they all come with that top mat. Okay, so you can be using multiple colors here. And of course, you can design those any way you want. You can stamp on the pocket. You can put another piece of paper on.
Ooh, you could ephemera and then put
lots
of ideas.
All kinds of ephemera, stickers. You could emboss it. You can emboss that top piece before you put it on. Ooh, vellum, acetate.
Yeah.
Oh, you can even put vellum or acetate and only glue 3 of the sides and tuck something else inside the front and have double pockets on all of these. And that would be fun. So what I've done here is I have this pocket made a couple different ways. It is, it does cut. The large version cuts, and it has gussets where you fold it back, and it is fairly thick. Okay, and you can put like multiple tags or tag books in here. This book that I made, I can't remember if I made it on camera last year. I didn't make this one on camera, but I may have sort of demoed it on camera how to make it. This was when the Stacy Park diffuser came out, and I diffused the rectangle here, added the stickers, and then the rest of it was embossed and luster waxed. It's got all kinds of paper in it. It's got tea-dyed paper and lettered paper and more tea-dyed paper, and it's actually it's got some good thickness to it. Okay, so that'll fit in there if I fold back those pages. Now here, oh, that's a random piece of something from a different project that must have been in my bag. This one, instead of folding those back and gluing them so it would have so much space, I cut them off and glued it down flat so it has a lot less space. And then I used this piece of the new blue Tim Holtz paper to decorate this pocket, and I had a little bit left over that wasn't really big enough to do a lot with, so I punched out the little flowers and added them over here. Oh, let's see, one's all wrinkled up. I need to glue it back down. But anyway, what I wanted to demo for you today is these tags, because we're focusing on the tags here. So I'm gonna stick these back in, scooch that out of my way, and I have this Spellbinders tag punch. It is $26.99. but it is on your showcase today. Tag it words. It really is like you're looking in the camera to make sure you really have things in focus, and then you forget what you're talking about. It's kind of bizarre. You know, I used to make fun of people on game shows that couldn't answer simple questions.
Yeah, I understand that.
With that camera in your face and everything, ugh, I couldn't answer anything. All right. So anyway, it punches 3 widths, and then you can make the length any length you want. All right. So here I've just cut out some Tim paper. This is from the Indigo collection. Okay. If you're like me, all right, I like all the different parts of these, but the pieces are almost too little to use by themselves for anything much. And all together, I'm not going to put this in the background of a card or anything like that. So I thought, well, why don't I use some of these strips and make them into some bookmarks or tags or whatnot. So I've got this one. This is 2.5 inches wide, this piece of paper that I've pre-cut, and it's, I don't know, however many inches long. I could have it the full 12 inches long if I wanted to. But anyway, the tool has these grooves, okay? And so the 2.5 inch is the widest one. So I'm just going to line it up. Oops, sorry. I'm going to line it up with those widest grooves and stick it in there and punch it, okay? So that's all I'm doing. Let me just get where I'm right-handed and all that kind of thing. So I've got it put in there. I've got it snugged in all the way against the back. That part is important. And then punch down. Voila. All I have had to do to make this bookmark is cut a 2.5 strip of paper and punch it the one time. All right, then if I wanted to, I could take some of my fun page edges that I have from other sets and trim the bottom up. I can put hole reinforcers that I have from other sets. I'm thinking the dog book,
Oh yeah.
the 2 books from last week, the
Yeah,
suitcase and the camera.
Star.
Yep, they all have different sizes and shapes of hole reinforcers. You could put those on there, ribbon, you know, whatever else you wanted to. So there's a 2.5-inch one. Here, this is actually from the same piece of paper. And then I made this one a little bit narrower and narrowed it down to 2 inches. So I'm using the 2-inch grooves there to line that up. Okay, so that's how that's going to line up. And again, just make sure it's snug against the back. If you don't, you come out with a lopsided cut. But that's it. You know, this is long, so it could either be a large tag to go on a large gift bag, or I could use the back side, either way. If I wanted to write on it, I could cover this with a piece of plain paper, just cut it out the same size. Or I could paint over it and write on it, you know, whatever I wanted. Anyway, this could be a short bookmark or a big tag or however you wanted. And then this is the 1.5-inch, and I just used a piece of that egg paper from the blue set. It's got this really pretty, I'm not even sure which side I like better. But anyway, that one just lines up right in the middle. Again, shove it all the way to the back. The only rule about the length, I think, is you need to have enough to be able to, it needs to be long enough to still be able to touch to get it in there. So I think probably 2.5 inches is about as short as you could get it. But if you wanted this to be shorter for some reason, if you had like a really tiny gift bag, once it's cut, you could go ahead and chop off some more of the bottom if you wanted and make it practically square and have, you know, this little thing. But anyway, that's it. That's it. 3 tags right there. A little bit of trash, and we're done. Well, April says the word "you're quick," but what she really means is hurry up. You're digging into my time.
Nope. Take your time.
Because she's got some demos for you too. All right, and then here, oh, this is that. Yep. Oh, what is it called? Slider tag?
I don't know.
Slider tag guy. Oh, yeah. Trifold slider pocket.
That's it.
From the Hello You collection. And that one was $27.95. And the die is this one, this big one. And you cut it out and then you fold it down. And I forgot to even go back and make these tags shaped. Then you could slide tags. You could slide little pictures, small bookmarks, anything you wanted to in there. And then this one, just for fun, these are some envelopes that I just paid for. They're just glycine envelopes, and I've got stuff tucked down in here. I'm not even sure what's in here.
Surprise!
Right? Oh, that's from Seth Apter. This is...
Ooh, that's
is that a Hero Arts?
Hero
a little
art
heart?
stamp.
Yeah, a little Hero Arts stamp and die cut. Here's a little Studio Light. That was a Studio Light grunge tag. And then this is just a little sticker. Reminder, by the way, our stickers are regular stickers like Jolie's, Sticko.
I was going to say, I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever
the Disney ones.
KC and Company, Disney. Ours are always 50% off. So if you're looking at this going, oh, there's something here that I would just like to decorate with some stickers, check out our sticker collection. We have a lot of stickers. And I am getting ready to turn this over to April, but I do want to show you a few more things. Okay, so at the very end here, I had these little envelopes glued together. So you might not have any of those glycine envelopes. I'm going to stick these in here real quick just to keep them from running away. You may not have any of these, but we've got these little peach envelope bits, and they're not all envelopes in here. There's like stuff in there to stick in the envelopes as well. So you get these little peachy envelopes down here, and then there's little bits of like journaling cards, tags, ephemera that you can tuck into them or use separately in a different project.
Tuck it 20.
Tag it 20.
Oh, tag it 20.
Tag it
My
20.
bad. Tag it 20.
But these are really cute. There's 37 pieces. It's $5.99, and it is on your Tag It 20 discount today. Also envelopes are, we do have this punch board that's $17.99 also on your tag at 20, and you can get your 20% off on those. And there's this amazing tag set that is $23.95 also on your sale today. And Teresa has made us some beautiful examples that I'm going to show you.
I know.
Okay, so this first one is this tag, and she's done the base tag, and then she's decorated it with this beautiful flower. It says keep going. And of course, these are prime Teresa colors right here, orange and yellow and green. And then to show that she can stretch herself, she's done this one. And well, no, it does have orange and yellow and green on it, but it's got purple in the background. So
I love it.
And it's got all those layers of hole reinforcers and the extra bits of cheesecloth there that make it so pretty. Just beautiful. And then this is, I'd say this one. Okay. And she's done it with some scrapbook paper. Wow. The background, the very back one is blue with some gold decoration on it. You can hardly, there we go. There you can see the gold. And then she's got some stripe with gold. And then she's got another shade of blue with gold. And then she's shining up these flowers and added some extra gold with them. I'm going to assume that that is maybe the new pearl shimmer from Catherine Cooler. Maybe a little bit of fossilized amber in the centers, but very, very, very beautiful. And then this one is probably also this one. Again, multiple layers of colored scrapbook paper and a little sparkle splatter here. Could be hickory smoke. Could be the new pearl shimmer. It's kind of hard to say, but oh, you can see it right there.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then this is from.
Oh no.
This is from.
I can't remember.
This set, I think.
Oh yes.
And the Joys of Spring.
That's the word.
And so she's got this all put together in multiple layers and sentiments and gorgeous painting on that little girl and inking. So really, really beautiful. All right, let's see. What else do I have to say? Yes. So Melanie hasn't, two more tags for you real quick. Melanie hasn't put it in there yet, but I think I'm going to teach an altered book class maybe early in June. Melanie, if you're listening, I'm really thinking of that first Saturday in June, and then Teresa could do the flowers that I can't talk about right now because they're not out yet. Maybe maybe the following weekend because she's never available. But anyway, this is a 49 in Market tag set. These all have the eyelets, so they're very sturdy, and they've got the string already with them. There's 18 tags, $5.99. Tag at 20, get you 20% off. This is American Craft, 12 craft tags, okay, that you can decorate any which way you want. Very sturdy. Already have the strings, already have the punches in there as well. All right, I'm trying to sort of pile up what I've already shown so you don't re-show the stuff that I've already shown. All right, but anyway, the altered book. So it'd be a book like this. We'll take out about half of the pages and then we'll add in things like this. Your book doesn't have to look like mine, but I'm thinking we'll probably use some of these tags if you want. I'm not going to force you to. I do have a different version of a similar book here. This one, I put some lace around the spine, and I've used mostly cards that I had previously made. We won't be able to do quite this in the class because to make 10 cards and alter the book all in the same 2 hours isn't going to happen. But, this is a different way of doing it. And I have this whole lovely selection of books that I've picked out that you can choose from. I've got this one with cherry blossoms on it, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but there's all kinds. And of course, you could completely cover your front cover. I have done that before with fabric or with paper or whatever. The one that I This one had a bunch of words right in the middle that I didn't want showing. And so I left the butterfly showing around the edge and put the big butterfly on top. This one, I like that front cover. So I just added the lace coming out the sides and left it at that. But I didn't like the back cover. It had all kinds of writing on. So I added some wallpaper because I'm crazy like that.
You're not crazy.
April, take a turn.
Okay.
You're sick of me now.
Okay, I turn. Put my coffee there so we don't spill it.
Okay.
Okay, first I'm going to answer a question from the live the other night that Melanie and Diane did, asking if you could emboss a better pressed plate image. So I used this polka dotty water drop, snowdrop. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's really cool. So I used that.
I think it's just called confetti.
Oh, that makes sense too. So I just used the embossing ink on that, and then I did emboss it. So you can. And then another 2 examples of this tag. I just did this little guy, and then I made one into a shaker card. Granted, some of my little friends inside have been stuck, but that is another option. And then, so we're talking about envelopes. Let's flip to my envelopes here. So here is one envelope I did, and I did it with a brad, but you don't have to. You could just do it with string. And then here's another envelope that I did, again with brads, but it does have a string that you can wrap around it. And I am going to demo how I did that before we continue on. So for my example, I took the new Catherine Pooler stamp called Blissful Bubbles, and I first stamped this one, so this one's already made. But then I wanted to emboss it and make it shiny. So I used the Catherine Pooler Disco Ball embossing powder and cut all my pieces out. And now we shall assemble. So I did cut pieces for the inside and the outside. And in order to do this and make it look like it's supposed to be there, I just cut it. I flipped over the paper and cut it from the back side. Okay. But I wanted it to look kind of galaxy, which I think it kind of does with the disco. And so some of my pieces for this one, I used oxide ink, which was seedless preserve. And then other parts, the outside, I sprayed it with oxide Uncharted Mariner. And then here is one for the front. So in the example that they give you on the image, they only show you putting one of these on the outside. But if you don't want to just do it that way, and you want the inside to be pretty too, it can be. Now this is going to make it a little more difficult to put our hole in it, but we will adapt and overcome, I say. So there's that one. And then I cut 2 of these pieces too, so I can have one on the inside and one on the outside.
And I love April's idea of putting that on the inside. It makes it so pretty.
It kind of looks like those envelopes that are lined.
Yeah, yeah, very fancy lined envelope.
Like graduation invitations.
Oh, I'm going to a graduation today.
I know, you're leaving me. Good thing you got some good babysitters to come take care of me.
I know. Melanie, they didn't trust me not to abandon her early. They're already here.
They wanted to make sure I wasn't scared. And perfect, so it's not perfect. That's okay. Nobody likes perfection. Stressful. Okay, and then this goes here.
And if you didn't have time for all of this, you could use double-sided paper.
You
And then
absolutely
you wouldn't
could.
even have to think about answering the or decorating the middle part. I know some people like a piece of art that they can really spend time on and sink their teeth into. And then there's those projects where you're just in a hurry.
Okay, so in order to do my hole, you do your hole before it's assembled. I have many times done it before it or after it was assembled, and it becomes so much more difficult. So I just take my pointy tool and I stick it through there. And then I take my brad. So, and you could also put this in before you put the lining piece in and cover up the side of the brad if you don't want to be able to see it. But I don't mind. Okay, so there's one side. And then we're going to go about here and punch that hole. Oops, and you know what I forgot to put on that brad? The little disc.
Oh, is that a hole reinforcer?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Or that's what you wrap your string around. I'm not really sure, but it's part of it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm off the
You
screen.
really do have to lean. We need to move the camera a little bit closer to the edge of the table, I think.
I can get my fingers back in there. Okay. So there is one side.
We have questions. Karen wants to know what glue you're using. That is definitely Barely Art glue.
It is absolutely Barely Art.
And the pointy tool,
It's
yeah,
a Sizzix.
that okay. So that's one of the Sizzix tools. We have a variety of those. We have a Sizzix brand one that I think comes in a kit. There's a Spellbinders one that's called the Tool-in-One that has pokey on one end and a scrubber on the other end. And oh, the new Spellbinders toolkit. Doesn't it have a pokey tool?
Oh, yes, it does.
Yep, the new Spellbinders.
Okay, and then I want to put art on some because it's pretty. All right, and now I can glue it all together. Cover that up. A little bit of glue. A little bit of glue. And then hold it down for a second or two. Okay, and then that part is done. And put the back in my glue so I don't lose it. And then I'm just going to cut a piece of this baker twine. Once I find the end, it's here somewhere. Somewhere. I see it. In the wrong end. Okay, here's one. Just grabbing a piece of this. And then if you actually loop it before you stick it under there, it's much easier. And then you just stick it under there. You don't really even need to tie it in a knot because once it's under there, it's not going to come off. Just don't cut it too short. So leave a little tail. And then, ta-da! There you go. And then the front and the back and the inside. It's all decorated. So that is the grunge envelope, which is $24.95, and it is in the new product showcase. Okay, and then we also have the split tag pocket, which is right here in the back. So they have it right there. I ended up putting tags on both sides because, well, I try to be different. I don't know. So there's that one. And then there is also the tag folding trio, which is this pocket with these tags. And this too is part of the new product showcase, $32.95. And this guy folds up. And then this one, the split tag pocket, is $27.95. And here is your pocket, and there's your tag. And right here is what actually splits it into the split tag. So both of those are in the new product showcase. And then let's see. Since I started some Catherine Cooler, I'm gonna hop around. Well, maybe I'll fish around. Hop. Okay, so for Catherine Cooler, her latest collection is all about fishes. So this is the Under the Sea cover plate die. It is $24.95, and that too is in your new product showcase.
I love dies that cut your whole background at once.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. And then there is this one called Wavy Nested Dies. This one is $22.95, and I think that's just fun. And then here's the Best Fishes stamp and die, and this is $37.90. And look at how cute. Just waving hello, love you more than all the fish in the sea. Best Fishes. So $37.90. And then these got me. I wasn't going to get them. And then I read the words. It says, love you. I wouldn't want to do life with anyone else. Some days I ask myself, how did I get so lucky? Thanks for being my very best friend in good times and hard times. Happy anniversary. When things feel tough, always know you can count on me. In case I forget to say today, I love you. Love you. I'll love you forever and always. And all the people in the world, thanks for choosing me. And this set is called Inside Out Love You. And it is $15.95. The sentiments are sweet.
Are sweet.
Okay, and then there is this stencil. This stencil is called Jellyfish Dance Layered Stencil. It is $14.95. And Barbie made a couple examples. This is with just 2 of the stencils. And this is with all 3 of the stencils. And then here are what the stencils look like individually. There's your wavy one. Your dotted one. And then your square dotted one.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call that.
Go back to the wavy one real quick.
The wavy one.
So this one vertically, if you do it green, looks like seaweed. So you could combine that with your cover plate and have a little extra background there. But if you turn it the other way, I think it could be waves.
Yeah.
You know?
And
so there's some flexibility there.
And there are numbers on these stencils, but I don't, there are. I just noticed. Not that they're really easy to read, but they're down here in the bottom. So it says 1, 2, 3. I don't see where it would really make too much of a difference, the order in which you get them. But all of that Catherine Cooler is in the new product showcase. And then we've got some new tonic stuff. For our left-handed friends, we have tonic left-handed scissors, $14.99. They are 8.5 inches long and titanium. So we have several of these. And then we could not find our Avery L pockets that we used to have. So we found some tonic ones. Small package of the small pockets is $9.99, and it has 50 of them. They are 5 1/8 by 5 inches.
So what do people use those for?
So people use these for storing their stencils, their stamps, their dies. You could even put your scrap papers in there.
Oh,
Divide them up by color.
I have scrap paper.
You do? Me too.
By the buckets.
Okay, and then here's the larger size. It is 5 1/2 by 7 1/4. 50 of them for $12.99. And also in the new product showcase. And then there is extra large and 50 again, 6 3/4 by 9 3/8 for $15.99. And also really good when you have stamps and dies that work together. And if you want to keep them together, it's sometimes hard to find that space.
Diane says, how exciting Catherine Pooler is going to be at our August retreats.
She's right. Very, very right. And then we got the small tonic craft pouch, 10 by 8 and $4.49. We love our craft pouches.
We do. All right. I'll do these real quick. Sure. I was digging around in some, because I was thinking about tags, pockets, envelopes, things like that. And I was digging around in things that we already have at the store that you may have missed. So for those of you who have the Pink and Main foiling machine, this is birthday tags and more. It is a cut ups foilables. Those are $11, but they're on our discount today. And you get all of these different tags that have to do with birthdays and celebrations and making wishes. And then there's decorations that you can add to them or to a card or to your package itself, whatever you wanted to do. So those are a lot of fun. And we do have a couple of those left. And then in Graphic 45, we've got these chipboard tags and frames from the Wizard of Oz collection. Or actually, I think it's called Wonder of Oz. So it comes with all of these things. Okay, so here's the deal, guys, right? We are limited in our time. So there are some things that you want to home make yourself, and there are other things that you want to just grab and use, right? So I made a graduation cake last night for my nephew.
And I want to eat it.
It's one of those shaped cake pans. It's shaped like a graduation cap. So it's got chocolate. I use chocolate instead of black because if you've ever used black frosting, true black frosting, even the no taste black frosting die tastes bad. So I use chocolate frosting and red frosting. And what do I have as a point? Oh, my frosting is homemade because that's the important part to me. But the cake came out of a box. You know, it was Betty Crocker or whatever. I don't think I even looked. Duncan Hines, who knows? All right. In the spirit of tags, there's one of these left. And I forgot to bring an example of what it actually looks like. But this is the Avery L. What are you called? Santa tags dies. So if you cut these out and layer them up with this bit right here, this ends up looking like Santa's beard and not beard, but mustache and lips. And you can use your reds and whites creatively to make it look like Santa's face is on top of this tag, and you can make that really cute. And we've only got one left, and it's a couple years old. So if you're really into Christmas tags, this might be a good one for you. $16.49, and I don't think we could get any more. I think those are probably gone. We have two of these left. And this one's not on your showcase because it's on clearance. It's $17.49. It's an Eileen Hull. And it makes this tiny little envelope and this tiny little file folder. And then it comes with hearts and flower and butterfly that you can use to, maybe butterfly, maybe not butterfly. The butterfly looks more like a sticker. But anyway, you can see that folder when you fold it in half is going to fit about in my palm. And the envelope is too, because it's this die down here. But by the time you fold the bottom flap and the top flap and the side flaps, it's going to fit in the palm of my hand completely. So that's really cute. There's two of them left for $17.49. Good deal there. We have one of these. Okay, I tried to order more, but there weren't any more in our warehouse. It's an older Tim Holtz die. It is 662423, and it comes with all of these different shapes and sizes with the holes punched out. And of course, you could use them individually. You could layer them on top of each other. You can add hole reinforcers from other kits. You can add your strings and ribbon. You can use plain paper. You can use pattern paper. So many different things you could do with these 12 dies. So one left in the store. And then these are giant tags. And these are $42.99, but they're on your sale today. And this is actually a very interesting set. These are large tags. Okay, these are bigger than my whole hand. And they've got 3 different bottoms. You can do a traditional straight across, or you can do this jig-jaggedy bottom, or you can do this like distressed torn edge bottom. Plus, it comes with these that you can fold and put across the top to reinforce and across the sides. Okay, so like this middle piece, this gold piece here would go across the top, and then this one would do your side pieces. And this punches 2 holes at once, so you can fold those over and get your front and back reinforced all at once. These are corner reinforcers for the bottom if you do that straight edge piece. These are different shape hole reinforcers if you just want on the front, or you could punch 2 and do front and back. But it comes with 2 circles, but it also comes with the heart shape and the star shape. And you can combine these in all kinds of colors, sizes, shapes. You can put writing spots on the back. You can put a whole bunch of them together on a ring and make a booklet out of them. You can do all kinds of things. So there's just a handful of those left in the store as well. So put those, with the exception of the one that's on clearance, all of these are in your new product showcase. So if you didn't get them the first time, this is kind of sort of a last chance before they go.
My turn.
Yep. Sorry, I jumped in and threw April out of the way.
All right, so we have a new Catherine Pooler die. Actually, it's new to us. It was hard to get. So $24.99. It is 26 dies, and it is the alphabet. And it is called Folk Alphabet. And, you know, since we live in Georgia, it's kind of folky, huh?
I think it looks a little cowboyish too.
Oh, yeah,
it would go with your all your boot stuff that you made last week.
Yeah. All right, and then we have this Catherine Pooler layered die. It is 4 layers, and it does this cute little, what do they call it? Print and pattern daisy. $14.99. And if you guys know, Barbie and I were maybe a little sarcastic, maybe, I'm not really sure, just a little bit. So we saw these and thought these were really funny.
They are funny. You're going to read some of them, aren't you?
Okay.
You got to read some of them.
Okay. So All in Create, this is EP 50 called Hilarious Headlines. I'm not a hot mess. I'm a spicy disaster. You're giving me the silent treatment. Finally. Tuesday is Monday's ugly sister. We all know someone who speaks fluent crap. Be happy. It drives people crazy. Fun. So $10.99. There's 189 of them in there.
And those are chipboard, right? They
They're
got a little bit of thickness to them.
yeah, there's a little thickness to them. And then this other one is Amazing Cuts, EP 48, 166 pieces. Silent is golden. Duct tape is silver. Life's good. You should get one. If you run so much as your mouth. Oh, sorry, it's cut off. Let's see. My 6-pack is protected by a layer of fat. Zombies eat brains. You're safe. So those are fun as well in your new product showcase.
Jennifer Marshall, those white writings on the black, those remind me of some things I heard you say when you're in one of your moods.
Oh. Oh. All right. And then just some tags that we usually always have. So we have the mixed media heavy cardstock tags, size 5, 20 of them for $4.99. And then we have size 8 in the same material, $6.99. And then we have some etc. tags. These are the number 8. It doesn't say the actual size, but you can see how big that is. $7.99. And there are 5 of them in there, and 5 reinforcer rings. And then there is size, well, this says mini tag. There are 4 of them, $7.99. Mini is bigger than size 8. And then small, you get 3 and 3 reinforcers for $7.99. There's a theme here. And then the medium tag, you get 2 of them for $7.99. I mean, like my arm. And last but not least, you get the large tag, which is $7.99. And this is like, oh my gosh, it's a workout to reach the end.
So they're all $7.99, which is how many you get depending on how the size.
Correct.
Can you flip one over and show the tag reinforcers?
Look at how
The-
big they are.
Yeah, they're made out of the board as well. So it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not just decorative flimsy. It's a solid piece of work.
Yes.
Oh, you know what I just realized? I'm here and you're there, and it's time to do something weird with the computer.
Oh, yeah.
We have to switch to the announcements, and
Switch.
I'm not sure I know how to do that. Have we shown everything now?
We
Okay.
have-
That was a lot. That was a lot, you guys. Some of it's older, some of it's newer. But it goes with our theme of stuff that you can make pockets out of or stick into pockets. All right. So lots of friends on today. I'm just babbling while switching things over. So we are looking forward to seeing those of you who we're going to get to see at Nashville. We're looking forward to that. We'll be starting to bring up the rolling carts out of the storage room tomorrow. And April's setting this up so you can
Not see us.
read. Yes, not see us, but
Oops.
read.
Oops.
April, you're
Sorry.
failing me here.
Sorry.
Now the boss saw me wearing my graduation red.
Oops.
I don't think she was on when they showed me earlier.
Oops.
Anyway, I guess we'll let the announcements scroll.
Guess so. You guys have a great
All
day.
right.
Thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
See you later.